Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. On the return, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line. Watson on first down. Oh, what a catch. It's Godwin. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Tackled by Jonathan Grenard. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. Henry again on 2nd down. First down and much more for Henry. And finally brought to what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Tannehill. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to ground. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And all the way down to the 12. A huge play there for Houston. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. A shotgun snap for Watson. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll make it second and short. Now Watson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Throwing on third down, Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Texans go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now stands at 13. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw into the hands of Ferkser here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. They'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson forced out to his left. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down. Watson off play action. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on fourth down. Being chased out left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. 13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Watson. And this is incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. Flushed out right. He's got the first down inside the 10. He is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Off the option, it's Jones. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Off the option, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Here's Watson. This one swung out here to Jones. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Austin Hooper. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants at the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Dancing to his left. They'll get this complete to Batson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that? What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams on defense, and they blitz.
Touchdown! Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eric Wilson gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
On the return, it's King. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because often...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Just keeping the play alive. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 7. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there. Try to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
First down and much more here for Jones. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On first down, Watson escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Flush to his right. Touchdown, Texans! Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. He's got a first down past the 30. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again,
again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
These two clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town. And Brandon Gaud. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's...
Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time...
Empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Tannehill's throw here complete to Batson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now it's Tannehill. He's got a man. It's Berkshire, the tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Now Tannehill with a little touch pass to his wideout. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Draw play. This is Henry. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's Tannehill. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They run on first down with Henry, but the hole evaporates quickly as he'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will
take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
2nd down, they go again with Henry. That's some strong running.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Tannehill. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
1st and goal, Tennessee.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And it's caught. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
On first down, it's Watson. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Watson on first down. It's caught left side by Cooks. And the Texans are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now it's Watson. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught at the 5. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 9. He finds Douglas complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 190 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Derrick Henry broke through some contact but unable to reach the 40. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff running left. Henry trucks over him. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Out to his left. Henry's got it. Out on the left side. And it's a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Titans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now down to 20. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And did the Titans get this? Yes, Tennessee football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be... And he works free! Touchdown, Titans! Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll go again to Jones. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule for it. Get the first down, close it out.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are right back in this football game. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And Watson's going to throw it here. This is caught. Touchdown. 8 yards out. And the Texans are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Buying time to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better. Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They run with Henry on first down, but nothing much materializing as he'll get forward only for about a yard.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. On third down, Henry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep